Hey, second grade, how are you doing today? We have a brand new essential question. Even though this week is kind of short, we still have a new essential question, and we're going to read a story in hopes that we might get an answer to that question. So, our new question for these last couple of days of the week is this: how does weather affect us? What is the weather? What are some of your favorite weathers? Some of you were letting me know that you traveled here over break and you went to see family and friends in other states. Some of you saw snow and got to go snowboarding and build snowmen. Others went to other warm places in the south. Somebody was in Georgia. Somebody was in another part of Florida, and it was warmer there. So there's lots of different kinds of weather: sunshine, rain, snow, wind, and then there's extreme weather like hurricanes and tornadoes and flooding or really hot days. So that essential question is, how does the weather affect us? How would it affect us? It's going to be different if it's snowy outside. We're going to feel different. We're going to have to prepare different for that than if it's a hot and sunny day. Okay, so today, before we begin our story, I wanted to go over a couple definitions. Some of these vocabulary words you may already know, but if not, I wanted you to know what they are, what they mean, so when they come up in the story, we won't have any questions. All right, so the first vocabulary word is dangerous. You've probably heard this word, but it just means that something is not safe or it can harm you in some way if something is dangerous. Destroy. Destroy. If you destroy something, it means you break it. It is completely useless. Demolished is another fun word. If you destroy something, you can't use it anymore. Event. If there is an event, it means that something is happening. So maybe a party, or that can be an event, or a moment in history can be an event. It's when something happens. Harsh. Can you say that word? Harsh. It's if something is harsh, it's difficult and it does not feel good. So if somebody says harsh or treats you harsh, they may have treated you kind of mean and it doesn't make you feel very good. Prevent. If you prevent something, you stop it from happening. So it just means that it doesn't happen anymore. If you prevent it, you stopped it. Warning. So a warning is something that lets people know that something dangerous could happen or is gonna happen. So if you give someone a warning, you're letting them know that something dangerous might be happening. Then the last one is weather. We just talked a little bit about weather, but it's just what is out in the air, what's in the atmosphere, and what is going on in the sky at a certain time in a certain place. Alrighty, so those are some of our definitions of vocabulary words that we are going to hear in a story titled Tornado. You see the picture of a tornado? Tornado. So it's a big spiral swirl of crazy wind that has so much power. Who remembers the essential question? How does weather affect us? So we're going to listen to this story, and as I read, try to answer that question. During a tornado, how would that affect us if we were near this tornado? All right, so it starts. What is a tornado? The sky is dark, far away. Something moves down from the clouds. It spins across the land. It sounds very loud, like a train. A tornado is coming. A tornado is a spinning cloud. It's shaped like a funnel. So it's big at the top and it comes to a smaller point near the bottom. And it spins, 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 spins. The winds can reach up to 300 miles an hour. Most times when we're driving in a car, we're going anywhere from 30 miles an hour to maybe, I don't know, 60, 70 miles an hour. 300 miles an hour is so fast. That's faster than even a race car can drive. The spinning air pulls things up and into it. It can toss a car up in the air. It can even destroy or ruin a complete house. A tornado can be dangerous and it can harm people and it can harm places. How does a tornado form? So, a tornado is a kind of weather. So, weather is the condition of the air. It's a really good definition of weather, the condition of the air. Most tornadoes begin as kind of a weather called a thunderstorm. We have great big crazy thunderstorms here in Florida, don't we? Thunderstorms are harsh rainstorms with thunder and lightning. These rough storms have high winds and heavy rain. When high winds spin and they touch the ground, a tornado is born. So most tornadoes do not stay on the ground for long. When they do, they can cause a lot of damage and harm. A tornado is a big event. Okay, so when a tornado happens, everybody is very worried and concerned because it can cause so much damage and no one wants to get hurt and no one wants to have anything happen to their homes or their cars or their loved ones. All right, so we're going to read another page. It says, where do most tornadoes happen? So more tornadoes happen in the United States than anywhere else in the world. Most of them form in the middle parts of our country. So scientists think that it might be because the warm, wet air from the Gulf of Mexico, kind of near us, and it crashes with the cold air from Canada. So when warm air and cold air collide, they think that that might be what starts these tornadoes. So it crashes together, and there's an area that's actually known as Tornado Alley. It's an area in the middle of the country where a lot of tornadoes take place. I'm going to show you a picture here. See the photo? Crazy destruction can happen and houses can get damaged. Alrighty, so our last page says, how do tornadoes affect people? That goes back to our essential question. So let's read and see, how does it affect us? Tornadoes affect people in towns in many ways. Weak tornadoes break branches from trees, and they can damage signs. So strong tornadoes can destroy buildings. People who live in areas where there are many tornadoes always think about the weather. They're always worried and always wondering if a tornado is going to come. They listen to the radio and they watch news reports on TV. Schools provide tornado drills. We have tornado drills here at Seabreeze. You've probably participated in those where we go into the hall and we cover our head and our neck and we stay quiet and silent and listen for a direction. So the children practice being safe in the event of a tornado. Teams of people will work together to repair any damages afterwards that are caused by the tornadoes. So how can you stay safe? How can we stay safe? There are ways to prevent or stop harm during a tornado. So news reports use the word tornado warning. And this gives a notice that a tornado has been seen somewhere. So you follow the safety rules and you can help everyone to stay safe. Alrighty, so there are 4 ways, I'm gonna read to you real quick, ways that you can stay safe. 1, listen to the reports on the news and the TV. 2, find shelter in a basement or a room with no windows. What happens if something crashes into the window? Pieces of glass can crash in on you, so stay away from the windows. 3, stay away from the windows. I just said that. So it's weather reports, find shelter with no windows, stay away from any windows. And 4, listen to directions from a parent or teachers or whoever is the adult that you are with. Alrighty, so that was a long story. It was a good story full of information about tornadoes. So how does that kind of weather, how does a tornado affect us? I would like you to think about that and you're going to respond to that today. So what could happen if we were in a tornado or we were in a town where the tornado went through? All right, and then we're going to think about that and compare it to maybe the weather that we've had here recently. Wherever maybe you traveled to over break, or maybe here in Florida. It's been kind of cold here in Florida, hasn't it? So what have we had to do to protect ourselves against the cold? I want you to answer those 2 questions. You may scroll down and see them typed out as well if you need help remembering the questions. But I look forward to reading your responses. Send those to me in Dojo, and I look forward to reading to them. Let me know if you have any questions, all right? Bye.